welcome everybody. I hope you're all keeping safe but enjoying the sunshine. This, I believe, is our 7th virtual Pilates class. We are using props today, so hopefully you have had time to actually find a ball improvisation, if not a ball. It has to be bigger than a tennis ball, and it has to be squadgy and smaller than a football, because it's going to be going behind your knee. If you have a small mat as well, just to go underneath your head or underneath your knees, just for added comfort, that would be absolutely fantastic. As always, please work at your own level and listen to what your body is saying. Okay, I can't stress that enough. Nobody knows your bodies like you know your bodies. And as I can't see you, I need you to be sensible. Okay, so let's just start with our feet underneath our knees, and our knees are underneath our hips. The feet are grounded, so lift up the toes, splay them out, and then drop them back down on the mat, so the big toe, small toe and the heels are evenly placed and there's equal weight distribution on both the feet and the legs. Knees are soft, pelvis is facing forward, tailbone is pointing down towards our heels. Lift out the hips, lengthen through the spine, bring our shoulders back and down with the arms by your side and your palms facing in. Lengthen through the neck, the head is parallel and the eyes are focused on the horizon. Breathe in. Taking the breath to the back and the sides of the rib cage, and as we breathe out, we're going to pull the belly button in towards the spine. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And the next time you breathe out, you're going to soften through the knees, tap the tailbone down under and bring the pubic bone up and forward. So we're going in and out of neutral. Now reverse that movement, so the pubic bone goes down and under and the tailbone comes up and back. And again. And behind. And the next time you breathe out, you're just going to come halfway between those two extremes. Hold it there, lengthen through the legs, micro bend in the knees. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now tighten the back passage. Draw that feeling forward to the pubic bone and then lifting up through the pelvic floor muscles, and like doing a zip up on a pair of jeans, you're going to take it into your abdominal muscles. Now your tummy muscles will tighten, your lower back will tighten. The core muscles that will be between your rib cage and your pelvis on both the front and the back of the body have now engaged. You have now tightened those muscles. This is your perfect posture with the back of the head, the back of the shoulders and the back of the pelvis all being in line, giving you that perfect S-bend in your spine. So breathe in. And as we breathe out, we're just going to bring our chin down towards our chest into a head nod. Take it up to the ceiling. And again, breathe out. So we're just waking up and mobilising the neck flexors and extensors and the cervical spine. And up to the ceiling. And keep it going, just 2 more. And last one. And this time you're just going to allow the arms to lead the way. The head comes forward, lift up the belly, lengthen through the legs if you possibly can. If you've got tight hamstrings, you will need to bend your legs. Breathe in, breathe out, soften through the knees, bring yourself back up to standing. Shoulders come back, head goes back up towards the ceiling. And again forward, head comes forward, pull the belly in, arms come forward. Again, try and lengthen through the leg if you possibly can. Feeling that stretch going right away through the length of the spine, through the back of the calf muscles, the hamstrings. Lift up the belly, bring yourself back up. Next time you go down, stay down there. And down. And then just place your hands on the ball. And you're just going to body rock forward, keeping the soles of the feet down, relaxing the head, relaxing the neck and the shoulders, and push back into your bottom. Lengthen through the legs if you can, lift up that belly, body rock forward, and behind. Body rock forward, hand behind, and then this time try and lift up your toes if you can. You are going to feel this. Come back to centre, soften through the knees, and then bring yourself back up to standing. Take the ball up to 90, and we're going to go into an overhead side lateral bend. So try and keep the head in between the two arms. So range of movement is totally up to you. We're working through the waist, we're working through the oblique muscles and the lats at the side of the body. And keep it going. And again. Now the next time we come over to the left, the ball's going to be in the lower hand, and we're just going to allow the arms to come down into an arm dip. And up. And over again. Ball in the lower hand and arm dip. One more each side, feeling that stretch going right the way through each side of the waist, so it's flexion and extension. And up. Last one on this side. Ball comes up to the ceiling, comes over to the left, bend the knees, pull the belly in, and then just come into your full circle. Small sway at the top, and back down the other side. Small sway. And last one. Ball back up towards the ceiling. Now we're going to go into some balance. Yay, I hear you say. Okay, so make sure your standing leg is nice and soft. The ball is above your head, but you've relaxed your shoulders. Your shoulders aren't up to your ears. And we're just going to bring in the knee to the ball. And lift. And down. Swap sides. Now you may notice I'm actually wearing a knee support. I twisted it last week whilst decorating, so that's exactly what it's doing. It's just giving me support. Now we're going underneath the knee, so outside in. And up. So the knee can go as high as you like. It is totally up to you. Last one like this. And the ball comes back down to the left knee. Hold it. And now open it up. And bring it in. Open. And in. Open. In. Open, in, open, in, and then just draw that foot back down. Take the other leg up, and in, and open. In, open. In, open. In, open. In, and then take it open and take the legs nice and wide. So we're just going to take the ball into our ball shape. Okay, the ball is high. So breathe in, breathe out, and then we're just going to extend both arms, both going in opposite directions, just again getting a nice stretch going through the side of the body. And then swap sides. And over we go. And wide. And over. Last one like this. And now with the ball in my left hand, come back to a capital T, and we're going to slide bend. So we're taking the upper body and we're working from the hips. So we're taking the upper body over to the left. So it's just as though someone's pulling you with that hand. Come back to centre. And extend. So you're feeling it in both sides of the waist. Now this time, over Drop the ball down, take the arm up to the ceiling, but keep looking forward. Now take the shoulder back and look up towards the ceiling, opening up through the chest. And now bring that shoulder forward and look down to the ball. And again, stretching through the shoulder blade this time. And then come back into a capital T. And this time we're going to go into a saw. So we're going to take the ball high, rotate to the right hand side, legs nice and long, but don't lock the knees. Bring that ball down to the leg and just lengthen through that spine. If you need to soften that knee to bring yourself back up, then please do. So you're rotating again and the ball is going behind you. And up, rotate, both hands come down to that foot. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. And up, rotate, and behind. And down. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Now this is a clever bit. Roll the ball to the other side and lengthen through the back and the back of the legs of that side of the body. Lift the belly up, don't let the belly fall. And up, ball goes into the back hand and look behind. And up, rotate, and down to that left foot. Up, rotate, and behind. Up, rotate, and down to the left foot. 2 more. And up, rotate, behind, up, rotate, left foot. And then come back up into your capital T, and we're going to slide bend on the other side. So we're just going to extend through that waist, extend through the hips, come back to center. Again. And center, last time. Over you go. Drop the arms down. Other arm goes up towards the ceiling, look forward. Now take the arm back, look up towards the ceiling, open up through the chest. And then look down at the ball and take the arm forwards, open up through that shoulder. And then bring that arm down. Take both arms up and we're going to go down into our squat and down. Again, range of movement is totally up to you. And forward. So take the arms slightly back, open up through the chest, just arch through the back slightly. As you come down this time, just drop the ball down to the mat, hold onto your ball, and then just come onto your toe of your left foot. If you're able, come onto your toe of your right foot and just hold that balance, lift up the belly. Relax through the shoulders, relax through the neck. I'll be very interested to see how creative and imaginative you've actually got. It was suggested somebody would use a balloon. Not totally sure, Pat. Sorry. And then bring the heels down and lengthen through the legs. And then just drop your hand onto, drop your head onto the ball. Or whatever you are actually using. If you have managed that, then you can put your hands onto your feet. If not, then just put your hands onto the ball and lengthen through the back and the legs. Keep the belly lifted, don't let it fall. And then come back up, grab hold of your ball, and we're just going to go into a lunge on the left hand side. Now you want to make sure your knee is over your ankle, not over your toes. Otherwise you can end up damaging your knee. Okay, so lunge. Keeping the ball exactly where it is, we're just going to open up through the hip flexors and extensors. And again. And again. Now this time, take the ball and put it behind that leg. So it's going through the legs. Figure of 8. And through. And through. So open up through the hip flexors and the hip extensors and smile while you're doing it. Now just drop that ball down centre, rotate to the left, and again, you're going into runner and you're opening up through those hip flexors again. Okay, so make sure the back leg is nice and long if you can manage it. Walk the hands back through the centre and then rotate to the other side. And then just drop that back knee down, bring the other one to join it. If you have a towel or a small mat, you can put it underneath your knees now. Now I will show you the next bit, so bear with me. We're going to come into our all four position and we're going to put the ball, or whatever you have, behind your knee. Don't worry if it falls out, don't worry if you can't manage it, just do it without the ball if necessary. Hands are underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. We've got a nice flat back, so the back of the head, back of the shoulders, back of the pelvis are in line and you have a neutral spine. So it's not up there and it's not down there. Okay, so we're going to breathe in, breathe out, and then lift up the leg. Now, what I want you to concentrate on is your hips being even, your pelvis being even. It's very easy to go like that, you're doing it wrong. Okay, so try and drop that hip back down. And then as we bring the knee forward, and then back up again. Okay, so get into your position. Make sure your ball is latched if you can. Breathe in, breathe out, and lift, and in. Out. 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 And in. And then just drop that knee down. Take the ball to the other side. Just hold it there. Tuck your toes under. Breathe in. Lift up your belly and hold. So you just want to lift your knees up about 6 inches, if that. Okay, we're working against gravity. So we're working every single muscle in the body. Just hold it there. Keep it going. For those who know me, you know I can't count and talk at the same time, so we are winging it. Keep it there, hold it if you can. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the knees, come onto your heels, just rotate through the wrists, just to release off any tension. And then come back into your all fours, get your ball and put it behind your knee. Now I'm not sure whether it's going to hold behind my knee because of the support, but we'll give it a go. Okay, so again, back of the head, back of the shoulders, back of the pelvis are in line. I splay my fingers out because it gives me more surface area to work on. Okay, breathe in, breathe out, make sure the hip is dropped and lift. And in. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. 4 more. Out. In. Two more. And last one. And then just come back, take the ball out, just come back onto your heels again and rotate through the wrist. Now we're going to go into a plank. Yeah! As you know, there are options, so I will give you the options to start off with. Option 1 is just leaning yourself forward, again with your hands underneath your shoulders. Don't sag your belly down, we don't want to see any of that. but we need a nice long strong line. Again, you're still working against gravity, so you're working every single muscle. You can also come down on your forearms if you have weak wrists or elbows, and again you're just lifting your belly just that tiny bit, or you can tuck your toes under and do the full plank. Okay, so if you're with me, hands are underneath our shoulders, knees are underneath our hips. I will show you just what we're going to do. So we're going to hold it for 30 seconds. We're then going to go into a body rock, come back, body rock, leg lift, come back, body rock, left leg, come back, and then hold it for another 30 seconds. So get into your position, hands underneath the shoulders. Breathe in, breathe out, extend, extend, and hold. And body rock up. Come back down again, lifting up the belly. Body rock up, extend the left leg. Come back down. Body rock up, extend the right leg. Come down, hold it for another 30. Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Body rock up. Walk the toes in. Bend the knees and come down onto your bottom. Now, take your little mat away from you if you need to. We're going to try something initially just to get you to know what position you should be in. So take your ball or your adaptation of a ball and put it behind your back. Now, the main thing here is keeping your feet down. The reason why I say this is if your toes come up, you transfer this exercise to your thighs. We don't want to do that. We want to try and keep the exercise focused on our abdominal muscles. Okay, so we're going to bring ourselves down onto the ball. So I want you to be laying onto the ball. So come with me on this. And then once you're there, so you've got your full force onto the ball, you're just going to lift yourself up 2 inches and pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come up 2 inches and pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Down 2 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now bring yourself up. Did you use your stomach muscles? I hope you did. Now you're going to take the ball away. Put the ball between my knees and we're going to do exactly the same again, but without the support of the ball. Okay, so breathe in, breathe out, making sure your toes do not lift up. If you find your toes are lifting, all you have to do is bring your feet in just that tiny bit more. That's all you have to do. So we've got down to our bite position. Breathe in, breathe out, and then just pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Up 2 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Down 2 inches. 1, 2, 3. Are you feeling it? 5, 6, 7, 8. Down 2 inches. Keep going, Lindsay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time, up 2 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then just lift yourself up over the top of your knees and just release off your back. I hope you felt that. Couple more exercises in this position. So you're going to grab your ball, and what we're going to do is we're going to come down into a sachet. So I love the word. So breathe in, breathe out, come down onto your back, sit bones into your bite position, and you're just going to sachet the arm. Centre, sachet the arm. Centre, sachet. So we're going to do 8 and sachet. On 3. 4. 6. 7. Last one. 8. And now staying where you are. We're just going to take the ball in the right hand, tap it down. Eye following the ball, bring to centre. Tap it out wide. Centre. Don't let the feet lift up. Take it high. Centre. Down. Out. High. Down. Out. High. Down. Out. High. Down. Out. High. One more on that side. And we'll be releasing off through the back, through the stomach muscles. And then just bring yourself again over the top of your knees. Just rest your ball on your feet, drop your head forward, and just relax through the back and relax through the stomach. And then from here, we're going to go into our 100. Now you all know what the 100 is. It's basically just flappy hands. Okay, I tend to turn my hands over after every 10 because it seems to make it go a lot faster. But you don't have to do that. It's totally up to you. Now options you have is just obviously coming back onto your back sit bones. So these are your front sit bones. These are your back sit bones. You're going to come between your back sit bones and your bite. Feet stay down. So the ball stays between your legs and you'll do flappy hands. Or you could take your ball and balance it on your shins. Okay, so get ready. Breathe in, breathe out, get into your position, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 6, 2, 3, 9, 10, 7, 2, 3, 8, 2, 3, 9, 2, 3. Hold, smile, hold, 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 and then just bring yourself forward again over the top of your knees and release off your back and your stomach muscles. From here, you can keep your feet down. You're going to take your hands behind us with your fingers pointing towards your bottom. Okay, now you'll probably need to change your hand position a couple of times. We're going to go into a tricep dip. Okay, and it does what it says on the tin, if it had a tin. Okay, it works the triceps. One thing you don't want to do is lose your neck. Okay, don't want to see this. Not that I can see you, but you know what I mean. Okay, so we're trying to keep the back nice and straight, and we're going to keep the shoulders away from the ears. So breathe in, breathe out, and then bend yourself down. And up. Change your position of your hands if you need to. And down. Look at your belly. If it's popping up, pull it in. And up. And down. And up. And down. And up. Now it's not really important if your elbows are going back or whether they're going slightly out to the side. It very much depends on the flexibility of your shoulders. So as long as you're actually feeling the pressure going behind the back of your arms, then that's where you're actually working. Just 2 more like this. And then just bring yourself down onto the mat. Bring the knees and the feet together, and you're just going to allow the feet to roll over to the right, and the arms and the hands are going to roll over to the left. And swap sides. And take your arms into a capital T. We're going to extend that stretch so your hands are working as your stabilising factors. Okay, so you're going to take both legs up into a double knee fold with your knee over the top of your hip, not over your belly. Your hands are going to be there to stop you going too far. It doesn't matter if you get your legs down to the floor, I'd rather you didn't. Just allow that stretch to happen without it causing any discomfort. Remember, Pilates is deliciously uncomfortable, not painful. Come back to the centre and then to the other side. And back to the centre. Take both feet down, take the right leg up towards the ceiling, hold behind your hamstrings, your calf muscles. If you have any rogue hairs, grab hold of those. Lift the head up if you want to, see if you can get that knee a little bit closer to the nose. Allow the head to go back down. And now that leg to go across the centre line of the body, so it's now in line with the outside knee of the opposite leg, and point. And flex. And point. And flex. And point. Hold the flex. Come back to centre, bring that knee into the chest, extend the other leg down the mat. And then using your left hand, bring that right knee across the body. So you're stretching through the hips and the bottom. Now this is an absolute fabulous stretch for anyone who's got sciatica or tight hips. Now if you want to increase that stretch, bring the knee a little bit closer towards the nose. Bring that foot back down to the mat, take the other leg up towards the ceiling, hold behind the calf muscles, and lift up the head if you want to. Bring the head back down, take that leg across the centre line of the body, and point, and flex. Now if your leg is bouncing all over the place, it's your muscle saying, I'm tired. So you're trying to stress an overstressed muscle. So just release it off, okay? It doesn't matter. And flex, last time. Point, and flex. Come back to centre, bring that knee into the chest, extend the other leg down the mat. And now doing, with your right hand, bring that left knee across the body. Again, stretching through the hips and the bottom. Come back to centre. Using a little bit of momentum and your knee, bring yourself up to a seated position. I'm just going to face you. You can stay in exactly the same position if you want to. Ideally, we're going to go cross our legs. If you can't push your legs, then just bring the soles of your feet together and use your elbows to push your knees out. We're going to take the right leg in front of the left leg, and we're going to sit nice and tall, okay? So breathe in, breathe out. Now, if you're able to, you're just going to walk your hands forward, bring your forearms down to the mat and drop the head down. Now, keep both bottoms down. Two bottoms, always, always, always better than one bottom, okay? So just stretch through those hips, stretch through that bottom. Walk the hands back. Swap legs if you need to. Sit nice and tall, and again walk your arms forward, bring your forearms down. Both bottoms down. Now from this position, you're just going to lean forward onto your knees, tuck your toes under, lengthen through the legs, and nice and gracefully bring yourself up to a standing position. Take the left arm up towards the ceiling, stretch, 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 stretch. Take it behind. Soften through the knees, and now you're going to bring that arm over. So you're actually working through the triceps, through the waist and the oblique muscles. Also down the lats of the side of the body. Bring the arm forward, don't lock the knees. And swap sides. Up and behind, don't hold on to the elbow, hold between the elbow and the shoulder. Again, the tailbone's pointing down, the knees are nice and soft, tummy is pulled in. And forward. Okay, feet are underneath our knees are underneath our hips. Knees are soft, pelvis is facing forwards, tailbone is pointing down towards our heels. Lift out the hips, lengthen through the spine, bring our shoulders back and down. The arms by your side and your palms facing in. Lengthen through the neck, the head is parallel and the eyes are focused on the horizon. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, you're just going to bring the arms forward into our statuary end of lesson swing through, just to release off any tension we've created through any of the muscle groups, whether they be big or small, also through any of the joints, and to bring our blood pressure back to normal. Well done, everybody. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. Give me the thumbs up if you have. I will be trying a new one next week, and you never know, it might be another prop. So keep watching, okay? Take care, everybody. Look after yourselves, and I'll see you soon.